Planet X TV.
Hey, what's going on, Planet Xers? We're out here on our San Francisco special. I'm here with co-founder Clinton Walker. Clinton, I heard you're pretty extreme, man. So tell me a little bit about what happened in the past with you and Planet X.
Oh, man, Dalton, I really appreciate you asking me that. I'm, first of all, just grateful to be here because being an extreme athlete tends to break bones, arms, hips, and legs. No, in all seriousness, though, Planet X has been a big part of our history. I was really intrigued in the 2005 through 2008 era for action sports, living in San Diego, living at the beach, and Planet X was this brilliant television program that was broadcasting young children, adults alike, in a plethora of different sports, and we were able to really just capture the television audience, through Planet X by syndicating into 200 plus markets across the country. And we had a lot of fun doing it, and simultaneously with Planet X being TV, we got this idea to just really run some extreme, hardcore, just bad footage. So we got some of the craziest athletes together, and we went on tour. We shot 1,500 hours of content over about 4 years. Wow. And went around the world and created the American X brand.
Mm-hmm. So American X, I've heard some crazy stories about that. Tell me a little bit about some of your favorite aspects of that and some interesting stories that you'd like to share.
Well, I think my favorite part of American X is we had invented the sport of extreme golf karting.
All right. So explain that a little bit into detail.
Well, my friend got in a car accident, and the insurance company gave him a golf cart to commute to and from class in Lake Tahoe. We thought it would be funny to put snowboards on the bottom of that golf cart one day, go up to Heavenly Ski Resort to the Dummy Galande, put Billy Bob, our mannequin, into it with a set of golf clubs in the back, which, mind you, was a really big mistake to put the golf clubs in the back. And we didn't anticipate this golf cart actually succeeding to hit the jump. Well, it hit the jump, and not only did it hit the jump, Dalton, it cleared the landing, and it landed into the fence where the audience was. About 14 golf clubs became projectiled into the crowd. People were ducking, and here we were almost in tears, panicked that somebody got hurt. And, when that happened, we said, all right, well, if we could do this, let's take it to the next level. So we built an amphibious golf cart.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. So I'm assuming there were some probably legal consequences following that?
Barely legal. That's the only way I can describe it. When we built the amphibious golf cart, we decided to put a 235 horsepower outboard engine on the back, mm-hmm. 2 17-foot pontoons with actuator arms, and a 700cc snowmobile engine on the inside of it to replace the golf cart battery. End result was I'm watching my good buddy surfing behind the golf cart coming out of South Lake Tahoe with 57-degree water. And actually set the Guinness Book of World Records, first people to ever successfully surf behind a golf cart on the water.
Oh, that's awesome. So from your experiences with American X, where did that kind of lead you to after the fact, and how did that kind of affect your career right now?
Well, it was interesting. American X got so much notoriety and attention that a small little TV network called the Stars Channel got in touch with Planet X. They had a great network called Encore Wham. And we had a 3-year airing, I think it was 3,600 airings across the country, national, called the Planet XYZ brand. Mm-hmm. And it was a bit more edgy and a bit more extreme. Okay. And it was just a lot of fun. The people involved, Don Durbin and Federico Martinez and guys like Dalton, the Planet X family, kind of morphed into becoming a branding and marketing company. A lot of the companies in the industry just don't have the representation mm-hmm. that they should. And so it was a lot of fun for us to work with, the inventors of the downhill luge board, or work at beautiful art galleries in Dana Point at some, gorgeous surf art. But once that industry just exploded, I got married and had children. And I wanted to slow down a little bit. And my uncle had passed away from cancer, and we were trying to find different cures for my Uncle Brian. And that's when we discovered the healing powers of the cannabis plant. Mm-hmm. And what we found is, by doing our research, is, young children that have seizures can immediately have an affected result for the positive by having some cannabis oil. the Tourette's challenge that many people are faced with gets resolved from the magic of the cannabis plant. And, once I started to see the healing powers of the plant, it kind of became my life's work to ensure that everybody will have a safe opportunity to not only, try cannabis, but to try cannabis for the health benefits. And the recreational laws changed in the state of California in the year 2018. And that was the birth of the Bud Cars brand. You familiar with that, Dalton?
I actually have seen it. I'm actually from Lodi, which is just south of Sacramento, where you guys are based out of. So yes, I have. So it's a really cool idea. So what was the inspiration behind the Bud Cars aspect of it?
Well, I could only help one or two people at a time. And that was my concern. I really wanted to be able to help the masses. So we went out and bought 25 Toyota Priuses, hired a team of great individuals, and started serving the greater Sacramento area, Elk Grove, Lodi, Northern California. Today we have 60,000 customers that have been touched by Bud Cars. Oh, okay. And it just makes me so proud, because those are cancer patients and leukemia patients that call us and thank us every single day for making their day better. Right. And to be involved in something so altruistic, where people are actually moved and people are getting cured, it to me demonstrates the medical powers of the healing plant that the big man upstairs created. Right. I think that as a brand, Bud Cars right now is expanding into 12 more markets in the state of California. We're very focused on bringing that healing touch across the greater state of California, and then to go MSO into other states.
Back with more and Clinton right after this.
You!
Planet X TV.
What does MSO mean?
That's a really good question. It's a multi-state operator. It's a distinction that not many companies have, because they're pretty laser focused in their markets. But we have so many people that need healing in this country, with the economic climate today, with the issues going on with COVID and the health. It just amazes me that in our business, not one person of our 57 employees has caught COVID. Now, I can't say that the medical marijuana has anything to do with that, but I sure can't say it doesn't. So I'm proud of the plant, and any of our viewers watching this show, it's the plant. It's not about the getting stoned experience. It's about the spirituality, and it's about coming together as a people, as a union, as a nation, and sharing what we learned from this excellent experience, and just how to improve the qualities of life for others. Much like Planet X always did, it gave individuals the experience to broadcast their hard work, surfing for 20 years, and are you any good? Now you're competing, and your friends are watching you from around the world. And I feel like that's how Bud Cars is today. Like, they're watching us from around the world and seeing how we can reach out and touch everybody.
So I know cannabis has, a lot of different benefits. So can you share with us what exactly those are?
Well, benefits, why don't we talk about the history of the plant a little bit? Okay. There was a man, are you familiar with a gentleman named George Washington?
I am familiar, yes.
Yes. What do you know about him?
Well, I know he's our first president. He's got his face on that big rock we call Mount Rushmore, but that's about it. What else?
I think he's on the $1 bill too?
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Okay. He was growing hemp in his backyard with his wife. They were manufacturing clothing out of hemp. In fact, the Declaration of Independence that our country is so fond of and we stand so proudly by was written on hemp paper. The value of the hemp into the commercialization of the world has been overlooked. Clothing, textile, manufacturing, construction could all utilize hemp. But then, later on, people started to recognize the psychoactive effects of the THC from the plant. What's very interesting with the marijuana plant, there are 400 plus combinations that put it together. As an example, have you ever heard of CBD?
I have, yes.
Okay, so CBD, in fact, I put some on my ankle today. Great for inflammation, great for stress relief, great for sleep. Now, CBN and CBG are two derivatives off CBD. Okay. And, people don't get high or stoned or have a euphoric effect per se, but the tetrahydrocannabinol, the THC, is what stimulates those types of experiences. Well, it's fascinating to me because there's actually something called THCV. Have you heard of that?
I'm not familiar, no.
THCV is the only strain of the marijuana plant that makes you lose weight. Now, I know you might think, what are you talking about, lose weight? See, cannabis is very helpful for people that are experiencing chemotherapy and cancer because traditionally, if you're going through chemo, you lose your appetite.
Right.
The THC brings that appetite back, which provides you an opportunity to, increase your health, your nutrition. The THCV is just a slightly different derivative that's designed to reduce your appetite intake. People with Prader-Willi and different types of medical conditions that can't necessarily eat the way that you and I might be able to eat really benefit from the THCV. So just to watch the evolution of hemp into THC, THC into CBD, CBD into 15 other products has just really shown me that not only is there a future in the power of the plant, but there's a future that we don't even and haven't even grasped on yet. And we're going to bring our viewers probably next week into a gorgeous facility in Long Beach where you're going to see the Hal Extraction PX24000. And it has the ability to take any marijuana plant and convert it into any cannabis product, from a powder to a cream to a tincture to a batter, a sauce, a shatter, or even a live resin. You'll meet Jerry. He's our scientist. He came from Novartis, which was a Swiss pharmaceutical company, because his aunt got cured from cancer, and he devoted his entire life to providing that to everybody else. And it's just something we're really proud of, and we're proud of the Planet X history. We're proud to be a part of a movement. I feel like the Planet X has been a movement for 25 years, and it's going to be another 25 years to come. And anybody that wants more information on the plant or on the products could always visit budcars.com. That's budcars.com. And you could even call any of our trained staff just to ask questions. They're trained bud tenders, they're certified in what they do, and they're really looking forward to helping people. So if you can help me spread the word, anybody at home that's feeling pain, that's hurt, can go to that website and ensure change and a difference for tomorrow.
Planet X TV.
All right, so Clinton, what's one of your favorite Planet XYZ experiences?
Oh man, you had to ask me that, didn't you? So many good ones. There are two episodes that stand out in my mind that I still smile about. One was the opportunity to interview Drew Brophy. It was in Dana Point. It was a beautiful gala. He had created art. It was surf art. It was almost like a Wyland or a Lassen type experience. And just seeing the creativity that the ocean has brought upon his imagination was really moving, because I'm not very artistic, you know?
Me either.
And the second one, there was a great guy named Jim Habig, who was one of the best power surfers in the world. And a company called Cyberads had invented the jetboard. Now, the jetboard was, in essence, a jet ski with a handle and a propeller, an intake propeller. And so we went to Carlsbad, California, on the lagoon, and Josh Hunter, I think was his name, that owns the lagoon there, allowed us to set up an entire spread, and we were, carving that jetboard through the water. There were promo models, the sun was shining, and I said, this is the future. Planet X is the future. Planet XYZ is now. And just being a part of that and seeing the future while you're living it real time, that's exciting. I mean, Planet XYZ, that's exciting, but those two episodes really, really stick out in my mind. Probably as some of the best.
Hey, Clinton, so you joined up with Planet X TV with something called Absolute X TV. Give us a little more detail on that. What's that all about?
Oh, man, that was so much fun. It was on Ion Life, and we had a block, and it was Absolute X coupled with Planet X television. It was all high-definition content from all over the country. We had the Lagunatics, we had Victoria skimboards, we were skimboarding the wedge in 25, 30-foot surf, getting barreled without skags on the back of the skimboard. And, it was really well received. People got pretty hurt. I'm not gonna pretend they didn't. But more importantly, they had fun. And, that's what it's all about. We're here to have fun. We're here to live a certain lifestyle that just tells us we can be different. Planet Xers at home can be a little different. And we just want you guys to keep the X and keep the spirit. And whether it's an Absolute X, an American X, a Planet X, or a Planet XYZ, it's just being extreme with everything you do.
All right, Clinton, so I heard a little something about a movie and a film script out in Jackson Hole. So give me some details on that and some of the funniest parts that you like about that.
A lot doesn't get by you, does it, Dalton?
It does not, no, unfortunately.
A wonderful award-winning screenplay writer, Maria Lennon, partnered up with me after I shared with her some of the stories, the Planet X type stories that we had experienced. And she said, we need to write a script about this. We need to make it into a movie. So it's called Natural Born Closers. It's the early career of Clinton Walker. And Maria Lennon just really highlights and captivates the audience and the moment. She's well written. She was able to have me explain what it was that we went through and why we went through it and how to put it onto paper. And, I can't really give away much of what's going to happen because, if you're out there, Brad Pitt, Ryan Gosling, we're looking for cast. But no, seriously, what are some of my favorite parts of the script? Well, and I'm not too proud of this, but we took a golf cart one night and drove it inside Harrah's Casino. Needless to say, they weren't too fond of that. I guess they frown upon golf carts inside the casino. It's probably a safety thing.
Oh, well, I never would have guessed.
Once you start getting on that marble floor, it gets a little slippery. But needless to say, you get the food a lot quicker, you get to the bathroom a lot quicker, just until they impound your golf cart, and then you're, explaining yourself. We did get the golf cart back, and no animals were harmed during the production.
All right, Clinton, well, it was a pleasure meeting you and hearing all your great stories. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. So until next time, it was a pleasure. Yeah, Dalton, thank you. It's just always great to hang out with you. We're here on the water in Sausalito, so next time we'll take the sailboat out. We got the F-50s racing right now with Larry Ellison's new program, so thank you, and let's get ready to go have some fun now. Absolutely. All right, so until next time, only on here on Planet X. Do it through the commercial.
Planet X TV.